everyone, and welcome to our Game 2 of Rush Jeopardy. We have three more fine contestants for you. We have Jim, Ryder, and Chris. Hopefully we'll have some people making the big money here with lots and lots of points. A couple of quick notes. We try to make this as accurate as possible. There's definitely the possibility of some hiccups along the way, but we'll address those as we go. And then we have our contestants using an online buzzer, so that will be off screen, something that I can see, and that's how we'll make sure that we're getting the person that thinks they know the answer first. So without further ado, let's get to it. So our categories today, we have album releases, set lists, album artwork, finish the lyric, and I See Red. Well, I will give you a phrase from the song Red Lenses, ending with the word red. You will give me the phrase coming directly after that. So Jim, we will start with you. Which clue do you want to start with?
All right, let's start with album releases for 200.
Following 1987's Hold Your Fire, this album has been criticized for its hollow sound. Chris.
What is Presto?
And Presto is correct. That gives you control. Chris, what do you want?
Let's go album releases for 300.
Released in this year, Feedback contains 8 cover songs that Rush loved in their youth. Chris.
What is 2004?
It is indeed 2004. Back to you.
Let's keep going. 400.
This album, released on January 14th, was mostly recorded in the decade prior. Ryder.
What is Permanent Waves?
It is indeed Permanent Waves, released 1980, recorded mostly in 1979. Ryder, what do you want?
Let's do Set Lists for 300.
This was the only song from Moving Pictures not played on the associated tour. Ryder.
What is Witch Hunt?
It is indeed Witch Hunt. Back to you.
Album artwork for 300.
The focal point of this album cover is a series of 3 sharp, jagged shards falling from the sky into calm waters. Chris.
What is Grace Under Pressure?
It is indeed Grace Under Pressure, and that is how Hugh Syme describes it in the Art of Rush book. So we'll give you your points. Chris, what do you want?
Let's do Finish the Lyric for 500.
Oh, I still choose to live and give, even while I grieve, though this I was brought up to believe. Ryder.
Never mind. I forgot it. My bad.
Chris?
Yeah, no. I thought I had it, but I was...
And the answer is, Though the Balance Tilts Against Me, and that is, of course, from the wonderful song that is BU2B2.
Nobody listens to that song.
That's why it's 500 points. And was that Ryder or Chris who?
That was unfortunately me.
All right, Chris, what do you want?
Well, we'll go to 400 now.
Yes, I've seen your face before. Well, I said I've seen it everywhere. Showing up to me without a this. Well, I said, will it ever change? Any thoughts? And the answer is Scent Revealing. Showing up to me without a scent revealing.
Thank you,
Chris.
debut album.
Finish the Lyric for 300.
We'll get one of these. I thought I was okay alone. Wait for the postman and the this. Lost in a world of my own. Ryder.
What is Telephone?
It is indeed Telephone. Ryder.
Album artwork for 400.
The Harbor Castle Hotel of Toronto is displayed in the background of this album cover. Jim.
What is Permanent Waves?
It is not Permanent Waves, unfortunately. Ryder.
What is Moving Pictures?
It is not Moving Pictures either. Chris, any thoughts? The answer here is A Farewell to
no.
Kings. It is
Yeah,
on
I
the
didn't want to
far
Dang it.
left side of the background in A Farewell to Kings. So Ryder, back to you.
Album artwork for 200.
This album, which was originally designed with a different color scheme, was the first designed by Hugh Syme for Rush. Chris.
What is Caress of Steel?
It is indeed Caress of Steel. It started with a silver color and, of course, was printed in that gold color. Chris, back to you.
We'll go to I See Red for 100.
I See Red. This. Ryder.
What is And It Hurts My Head?
It sure is. And it sure does. Ryder, back to you.
I See Red for 300.
And the truth is often bitter, left unsaid, said red, this, the underfed. Chris.
What is I'm Thinking About the Overhead?
Yes, you are. Well done. Chris, back to you.
Finish the lyric 200.
Tough times demand tough talk, demand this, demand tough songs, demand. Chris.
What is Tough Songs?
It is not
Oh,
tough.
what's
So sorry, it is not Tough Songs. Jim, you're next up.
What is Tough Hearts?
It is Tough Hearts. And I think you had the right spirit, Chris, but hate to do it to you. Jim, what do you want?
Let's do album artwork for 500.
Dewey Defeats Truman was a headline taken from this newspaper for the original Permanent Waves artwork. Chris.
It is the Chicago Tribune.
It is formerly the Chicago Daily Tribune, but yes,
Okay.
Chicago Tribune. Chris, what do you want?
Album releases 100.
This album containing 6 songs was the 5th album released by the band. Ryder.
What is Farewell to Kings?
It is indeed.
Yes, it is indeed.
Back to you.
Album releases for 500.
Containing the anniversaries of 6 albums, this month has more studio album release dates than any other month. Chris.
What is October?
It is not October, unfortunately. Ryder.
What is May?
It is also not May. Jim, any thoughts?
No.
The answer is September. And Chris, October is second place with 3. But September has 6. Chris, what do you want?
Let's do set lists for 100.
This R40 opener is an autobiographical rage against the watchmaker's perfect society. Jim.
What is the anarchist?
It is indeed the anarchist. Jim, what do you want?
Let's do set lists for 200.
2112 was played in full during this tour. Chris.
What is Test for Echo?
It is the Test for Echo tour. Chris.
Set list for 400.
According to counts from setlist.fm, songs from this album received the least total amount of live performances across the entirety of Rush's career. Chris.
What is Caress of Steel?
It is not Caress of Steel. Jim.
What is Test for Echo?
It is indeed Test for Echo, and Caress of Steel is actually in 3rd place on that ranking. 3rd place, with the vapor trails in between. Jim.
Okay, let's do album artwork for 100.
An Inuit Inukshuk rests on a snowbank for this 1996 album cover. Chris.
What is Test for Echo?
It is indeed Test for Echo, a wonderful album, truly wonderful. Chris.
Let's do I See Red for 500.
You see black and white, and I see red. This. Ryder.
What is Not Blue?
It is not blue. That is correct. Ryder.
Let's do Setlist 500.
Not featured on the live album, this song kicked off the encore for the Grace Under Pressure tour. Chris.
What is vital signs?
It is not vital signs. Any other thoughts?
Oh,
Jim,
what is red lenses?
it is indeed red lenses.
Son of a bitch.
I was pretty confident, but I didn't want to lose.
I thought that was at the end. Oh, well.
And
Yeah.
Jim, what do you want?
Let's do icy red for 200.
The flash to fashion, the pulse to passion feels red this. Chris,
What is inside my head?
it is inside my head.
Yes.
Chris, what do you want?
I see red for 400.
A pair of dancing shoes, the Soviets are the blues, the Reds this. Ryder,
What is under your bed?
they are under your bed. And one more to go. Finish the lyric. There's unrest in the forest, there's trouble with the trees, for the maples want more sunlight. This, the trouble with the maples. Ryder,
What is and the oaks ignore their pleas?
it sure is. And there you have it. At the end of round one, we have Jim and Ryder both with 800 and Chris with 200. So overall, a very tight game, and we'll see you back in just a moment with round two. Welcome back, everyone, to round two of Rush Jeopardy. Before we get into it, we're going to introduce our contestants for just a moment here. Now, Chris, I understand you've had a wide range of travel distances to Rush concerts.
Yes, I have. I always tried to see at least one show in a venue that I'd never seen before. But I have, when I lived in New York City, I was able to walk to Madison Square Garden to see them. And once, in order to get my friend Jamie to a show, my friend Jim and I flew out to Milwaukee and kidnapped him and took him to the show at the Marcus Amphitheater. And that's Snakes and Arrows.
Nice.
Well, that's certainly quite a range you have there. Ryder, tell us about the time that you met Getty.
Yeah, so I met Getty Lee. It was a present for my 17th birthday. My dad took me out to his book signing for the Big Beautiful Book of Face tour. And he was just a great guy. I mean, you hear stories about like people meeting their idols and they're like pushing them aside, like whatever. Getty was super nice, inviting. He was just a great guy, and it was great to talk to him.
That's awesome. I'm super jealous. And now, Jim, I understand you were in a Rush cover band.
Yeah, so way before tribute bands were a thing, this was in 1984, 1985, I was in a Rush cover band, and we had a grand total of 1 gig at a church lock-in.
And I'm sure it was phenomenal. I would have liked to be there. All right, without further ado, let's get into round number two. And let me update the points here. We have Jim with 800. We have Ryder with 800. And Chris, I believe you had 200. Is that correct?
Unfortunately,
Yes.
that's correct.
Wonderful. All right. So, Chris, since you are at the bottom of the scoreboard, you get to go first. What do you want?
How dare you? I will do, let's do
Uh,
track list for 200, please.
Track list 200. Clockwork Angels contains this number of songs. Chris,
What is 12?
it is indeed 12. Well done. Back to you.
Yeah, let's stay with that for 400.
This song joined Xanadu on side one of A Farewell to Kings. Ryder,
What is A Farewell to Kings?
it is indeed the title track. Ryder, what do you want?
Isolated bass for 600.
600. We have an audio clue for you. And remember, you can buzz in as soon as you think you know it. Ryder,
What is Free Will?
it is Free Will. And you might have a slight advantage in this category. I didn't think about that, but
this is
Pretty
true.
big, yeah.
Yeah.
anyways,
So,
back to
man.
you, Ryder.
Here I'll make it a little easier. I'll do other contributors for 400.
Among 3 other Rush songs, he received credit for the lyrics for Test for Echo.
Clear.
So sorry.
Oh,
And
Well,
I apologize. I
Well,
forgot
we-
to clear the buzzers there.
Do you want to re-clear and start that one over?
Another question.
We'll move past this one. I hate to do that to you. That's my fault for not clearing the buzzers. And of course, we know that the answer here is Pi Dubois. My apologies for that one. Ryder, we'll go back to you.
Okay. Other contributors for 200.
He was Rush's longest tenured producer, producing every album from Fly By Night through Signals. Jim.
Who is Terry Brown?
It is Terry Brown. Jim, back to you.
Okay, how about Potpourri for 200?
Along with The Spirit of Radio, this was the other single from Permanent Waves. Chris.
It is Free Will.
It is not Free Will.
Fucking crap.
Any other thoughts? Jim.
What is Natural Science?
It is not Natural Science.
I know what it is.
And we'll call it there. The answer here is Entre Nous.
Oh,
Entre Nous.
lovely song.
Jim.
All right, let's go Rush Lore 400.
The story of 2112 is set in this city. Ryder.
What is Megadon?
It is indeed Megadon. Ryder, what do you want?
Let's do Rush Lore for 200.
This character reappears in The Necromancer and defeats the titular foe. Chris.
Who is Bytor?
It is indeed Bytor. Chris, back to you.
Track list is 1,000.
The last instrumental on Snakes and Arrows is in this track list position. Chris.
What is 11?
It is not 11. Jim or Ryder?
I'm
And we will
gonna
call it
pass
there.
this one.
No, it is.
The answer is 12. It is Malignant Narcissism in track list position 12. And what that was Jim or Chris?
That
Who
was
that?
Chris. That was
Chris.
Chris.
Chris, back to you.
Being a cocky dumbass going for $1,000 question. Track list for 800.
This was the first song on disc 2 of Chronicles. Ryder.
What is Tom Sawyer?
It is Tom Sawyer. That is absolutely correct. Ryder, what would you like?
Track list 600.
Between In the Mood and Working Man is this 5-minute and 33-second song on the debut album. Chris.
What is before and after?
It is indeed Before and After, and you are back to 0. Chris, what would you like?
I got
You lagged out there on me. You're gonna have to repeat what you were looking for.
I think Chris is frozen.
We lost to Chris.
Uh-oh.
But there he is.
Chris
He's
is back.
Oh. Hello?
We need the Jeopardy theme song.
There he
going on.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys all froze on me. All right. I don't know what happened there.
Okay, Chris, what would you like?
Let's do Potpourri for 400.
Vapor Trails is brought to you by this letter according to the liner notes. Ryder.
What is brought to you by the letter 3?
It is indeed brought to you by our all of our favorite letters, the letter 3. Ryder, what would you like?
Oof. Isolated base 400.
Audio clue, and once again, you can buzz in as soon as you think you know it. Ryder.
What is La Villa Strangiato?
It is La Villa Strangiato. Ryder, back to you.
What is other contributor? Other contributors 600. in that
He
mental
was
space.
the violin player for Losing It and was also a key contributor to Getty's My Favorite Headache. Jim.
Who is Ben Mink?
It is indeed Ben Mink. Jim, what would you like?
All right, let's go other contributors for 800.
Also a tech for the band, he sang vocals on the song Tough Break, with Rush performing the instrumentation under the alias Fab Pros. Any thoughts? And the answer here is Tony Jack Secret Cherianos. Jim.
All right, let's do other contributors for 1,000. Knock that category out.
This was the original producer Rush enlisted for their debut album, who had also produced their prior singles. They would go on to let him go and produce the debut album on their own. And the answer here is David Stock. David Stock. Jim.
How about Rush lore for 600?
The ship Rocinante from Cygnus X1 shares its name with the horse of this fictional character from a 17th century novel. Jim.
Who is Don Quixote?
It is indeed Don Quixote. Jim.
All right, Rush lore 800.
The story of Clockwork Angels takes place in this land, which is also an alternative name for Great Britain.
Can't remember any of this stuff.
And the answer here is
Know that.
Albion.
Albion.
Was that something from the book, or was that in like liner notes or lyrics?
I believe it's only listed in the book. I don't know that it's in
Definitely in the
liner
book.
notes. It's definitely in the book. I don't know if it's in the
Yeah.
liner notes. Jim.
All right, Rush lore for 1,000.
In Rivendell, the main character finds peace of mind by this fictional river from Lord of the Rings. And the answer here is Loudwater. Peace of mind and sanctuary by loud waters flow. Jim.
Potpourri for 600.
The big band section of Neil's solo from the Time Machine tour was a jazz song titled This. Chris.
His Love for Sale.
It is indeed Love for Sale. Chris, what would you like?
Some points. Potpourri for 1,000.
2112 was recorded in this Canadian studio. Chris.
Oh, never mind. I don't know.
Was that an accidental buzz or an intentional buzz?
No, that was a, I don't know it.
Okay. Jim?
What is Les Studio?
It is not a studio.
Oh,
The answer here is Toronto Sound Studios. Chris?
Isolated Base 1,000.
Ryder?
What is the camera eye?
It is the camera eye, and that is my personal favorite bass line. Make sure you listen to it if you haven't listened to that bass line
Very
before.
great.
Ryder, what would you like?
Isolated base 800. Clear.
Thank you very much. Chris?
What is Red Barchetta?
It is Red Barchetta. Chris?
Potpourri 800.
This song was on the B-side of Rush's single Not Fade Away. Chris?
What is In the Mood?
It is not In the Mood.
Oh my God.
The answer here, You Can't Fight It.
Oh, that's right.
You Can't Fight It. Chris, we have one more left for 200 an audio clue. Chris
That is vital signs.
is indeed vital signs.
But it's not enough for me.
And there you have it. At the end of round 2, we have Jim with 1,000, Ryder with 4,800, and Chris in the red with minus 200. We'll be back in just a moment with your final Jeopardy. All right, welcome back to our final Jeopardy round. We're going to go ahead and share the screen. And as you can see, we have Jim with 1,000, Ryder with 4,800, and out of good sportsmanship, just like we did last time, we have Chris with 1,000. Now, as you can see, we have the category for Final Jeopardy is live performances. Go ahead and make your wagers. We'll give you about 15 or 20 seconds. All right, everybody have their wagers? Sweet. And once I read the clue, you'll have somewhere in the range of 30 to 45 seconds. Here we go. These 4 songs were played live for the very first time across the set lists of the Time Machine Tour, Clockwork Angels Tour, and R40 Tour, excluding songs from the Clockwork Angels album.
So we're listing all 4 songs, right?
List all 4 songs for me. And we are going to go ahead and call it time there. Make sure you have your final answers written down. And we are going to go to Jim first. Once you finish writing down your last thoughts, make sure you hold up for us. Jim?
Well, I obviously do not have it,
Oh,
as that's only 2. And that's what I wagered.
1,000. It is unfortunately not Red Barchetta or Subdivisions. Those were played live several times before Time Machine and Clockwork Angels in R40.
Yes, they were.
Ryder. Camera Eye losing it. How It Is, Presto. Very close. Unfortunately, Camera Eye was played before those 3 tours. And you had bet 2,000?
2,000.
So Chris, we come to you. Do you have the right answer?
no. It's Presto Caravan BU2B losing it, but I didn't see the.
And you had wagered
1,000.
1,000. The answer here, Presto, Faithless, How It Is,
Oh, man.
and Losing It. Those are the 4. So there you have it, folks. At the end of our 3 rounds of Jeopardy, we have Ryder coming in first place with 2,800 points. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll have game 3 of Rush Jeopardy coming out very soon. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys played along. Be sure to give a like, comment if you thought we did anything wrong or we would like to see anything we've done better, and subscribe so you can catch up on of all our new Rush videos, Rush roundtables, and so on. So thank you guys. We'll see you next time.